We all love watches, the history, the mechanics, the stories that they tell. But what if I told you that being a true watch enthusiast isn't all about the watches? See, get this. You can have the deepest collection in the world and still miss the point. Because at the heart of this hobby, it's the people. And I think a lot of people are forgetting that. So today's video is about something I think we all need to hear. It's the unwritten rules of being a good member of the watch fam and not just a collector. Before we get into this video, if you want to support a channel that's trying to value stories over specs and bring real watch storytelling to everyday collectors like you and me, please hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. I know I hate asking, but the data shows that it really does help when I ask. And as a thank you, here's a picture of my daughter in a shark costume.
Subscribe.
You see, there's an old army phrase that's always stuck with me. You salute the rank, not the person. That's about respect, but I think it also applies here too. When you meet someone wearing a watch, I think a couple things that you should do is don't go straight to the specs. Don't try to guess the price. Start with the person. Say something like, hey, I love that piece. What's the story behind it? You see, that one question will build more of a connection than any other Power Reserve or micro brand trivia ever will. See, it's not about being impressive. It's about being interested. I experienced this in a real way when I recently went to a Rolex and Patek 80 in Kansas City down by the plaza, which is also my hometown, KCMO. You see, I met a lot of great salespeople there, but there was one that really stuck out with me, and his name was Dominic. You see, he's in a place that has watches that are worth $50,000, $100,000. He's dealing with Rolexes every day and even had a Rolex Explorer 2 on his wrist, which looked great. But he took the time to care about the Timex that I had on mine. He took time to ask questions about the Heritage Chrono and ask me how I got it and things like that. You see, this is a man who has access to luxury, but he still took the time to care about the watch that was on my wrist. Maybe it's because he's in sales, but I think it's because he's just a good person. And that's what makes a great member of the watch fam as well. Now, we live in a digital watch world, but community still requires connection. And so I would say tagging every collector under the sun might get you a few more views, but it isn't gonna build trust. If you don't have a real relationship with someone, respect their space. You see, social media in some ways is kind of like a living room. Would you walk in uninvited and just start showing everyone your watch roll? No. So build first, support first, and then the tags will just come naturally. Now, this is probably one of the worst things you can do when you're meeting another watch collector. And I just want you to imagine this is you. Someone grabs your watch and they immediately start messing with the day and date complication. They don't ask and they don't actually know better. Imagine that they damage your watch, or worse, they break it. If you wouldn't want someone to do it to you, don't do it to others. Or as I tell my girls, don't do to others what you wouldn't want done to you. It's a simple rule, but it means a lot. And if someone lets you hold their watch, treat it like a photo of their family. Don't whine it, don't press the buttons unless they ask you to. And even then, still be gentle. Because even if a watch can be worth less than $100, it can still carry 1,000 memories. And that's what's really important. And speaking of memories, I don't have a sponsor, but one thing I am trying to do is share 1,000 stories of everyday collectors like you and me. And so if you go to the website wristunwound.com, you'll see a spot where you can only submit your story, but a couple other stories have already been shared. I got a couple interviews up there and I have a couple blog articles talking about my watch collecting journey. And so if you want to know more about what makes me tick and want to share what makes you tick as well, go ahead and go to the website. Link will be in the description. You see, every community needs critiques, but too often in the watch world, opinions come out loud and fast. But here's the truth that most collectors won't admit. Your least favorite watch might be someone's most cherished. Now, you don't have to lie when you're talking to another collector, but you should lead with grace. If the strap isn't your style, fine. But maybe that strap was a gift from their daughter on their birthday. Maybe it's the way that they wore it, or maybe you just don't like a certain color of the dial. You don't know. Maybe that was their mother's favorite color. Maybe it was a gift. Maybe that's just their style. It's okay to be different. You don't have to yuck someone's yum just because it isn't what you would exactly wear. And also, you just never know what a watch is holding. So I would tell you, hold your tongue, at least until you've heard the story. And if they ask you for some critiques or you're close to them, that's when you bring it up. Being a good enthusiast means being a kind person that others feel safe around. That's it. It's not the loudest, it's not the smartest. Just someone who brings a little bit more light into the room. This hobby isn't just about flexing grails, it's about finding meaning. I collect watches to remember where I've been, who I've been trying to become. And maybe that's true for you. And maybe that's true for the collector that you're talking to. Let me just leave you with this. If you want to be a good member of the watch community, start by just being a good person, asking questions, Don't assume value actually equals worth. Respect the watch and respect the person. And remember, every second someone shares a story with you is a gift. Treat it that way. If you learned something new or you want to continue this conversation, let me know in the comments down below. And while you're here, you might actually enjoy one of these videos that YouTube picked just for you. But for everything, there's a reason, and for every watch, a story. Thanks for sharing this one with me. God bless, and I'll see you next time. Peace.